The following program is for adult audiences only.
Nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. Just us two, me and you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, oh, still can't believe you love me. Never ends. Let's be more than friends. Yeah. You know I'm here to stay every single day. Yeah. So hold me tight through the night. Just us two, me and you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, oh, still can't believe you love me.
been feeling something for you lately. And I am trying so hard to just stay cool. Oh man, I think I might be going crazy. 'Cause all I really, really want is to be with you. And I'm saying we're just friends, but thinking you're my man. And baby, if you knew, hey, I say I'm doing all right. I'm doing just
Caffeine will kill you!
Hello and welcome, everyone. Time for another episode of the Flavorist Diary. Where is the thumbnail? Ah, there it is. All righty. I am so excited to be able to go and get caught up with all this stuff this weekend. I spent the last 2 days working on the wife's vehicle, and what turned out as a simple brake job ended up becoming, a major ordeal because I pulled the brakes off of the passenger rear side of the vehicle, and let me just tell you, the wheel bearing was totally shot. Like, I was like, how could my wife not hear this? And she's like, I did hear it, and I mentioned it to you. And I'm like, I honestly don't remember you mentioning it to me. And I have a hard time believing she actually heard it because she likes to crank the tunes up when she's on her way anywhere. And, got to have the bass thumping and head bobbing as you're driving down the road. And I'm sure she really didn't hear much of it until, she pulled into the drive-thru to order dinner the one night. And she's like, well, why is that noise there? I better tell him to get this thing fixed. So, yeah, that's what I ended up doing. I even got some pictures I can bring up and show you guys what it was like, because holy moly, those wheel bearings were stuck inside of her Explorer, and oh man, I pounded on them and beat on them for an awful long time. It was so bad that when I went to even take the wheels off, the wheels were stuck on there. And last time that those wheels came off was whenever my wife had new tires put on the front. And, they put the front ones in the back and then put the new ones on the front. And needless to say, it was not a fun ordeal. And naturally, these pictures are all completely out of order. Oh, man. Here. We'll put that up there. That's my pounder tool. I just literally bolted it onto the hub to get the thing out. And, this was the one after I got it out. I cleaned all this out on the inside of there. That looks a lot nicer than what it did when I pulled it out of there. Why on earth would they decide to make an aluminum knuckle and insert a steel wheel bearing into it? I really have no clue. But those dogs are just not happy with me. This was after we got done with everything. They're like, is it time to take a nap yet? Can we please take a nap? But there's the new wheel bearing. Looks real nice. And it's super quiet now when you're driving down the road. Those are nasty. No wonder they were so hard to get out. And there's the storm that was brewing up in the evening. So just as I was, finishing things up, and I still had to put the caulking in the back. I mentioned to you guys before about how it was leaking into the inside of the car and couldn't figure out where it was at. Well, here it turns out it was right in the corners. They've got some seam sealer in the body panel that was bad, and that had to get taken care of as well. There's after it's all done, back on the ground. And then we had to go for a little test drive to, seat the brake pads in and make sure that everything's working 100% adorable and new parts. And there she is parked on the street. And yeah, I started to cut the grass, but I didn't finish it. So that's my project this weekend, in addition to getting caught up on reviews. And even the wheels themselves had to get fixed because they were all rusty. So cleaned them all up, threw some fresh paint on there, and now it's definitely not going to stick. Even the insides needed done because there was a lot of rust on there. It was literally rusted right to the hub, both in the front and in the back. Maggie's like, are you ever going to get done with this thing? Don't get me wrong, I like being outside, but this took you forever. So there's some fresh paint. And there's the beautiful new brakes all put together, and I had to bleed the system out because that's not what the fluid looked like when I started the project. That's what it looked like when I started the project. It's not supposed to be red. Brake fluid's supposed to be clear. And yeah, that literally sat like that overnight. I beat on that thing for a good hour. I put a jack underneath it, lifted the whole car up using just that extension on there to try and get it to pop out of the back. That's how I eventually got it to break loose, and then pounded it back and forth. But after working on it all day, I was like, I'm going to soak it with PB Blaster and, we'll get it out. And then here's the hole in the back that, I had to cover up with some aluminum tape because it was raining. I didn't want to put that rubber grommet back in there. And right up in here is where the hole was. It was just a crack in the seam sealer that was there. So I had to dig all that loose stuff out and put some new stuff in, and it's all fixed and working like it's supposed to. So now it's time to get back to our normal routine. What are we doing today? Well, we're going to finish off. This is part 3 of the TFA flavor pack, the 2025 flavor pack that they put out there. And I actually found out whenever I was doing this final thing that I had ordered the lemon candy that was actually in this flavor pack. So that little 10 ml bottle of lemon candy is getting thrown into Archimedes' package. And Cheryl, your package is going to be going out this week. But I'm making super sweet today. We're going to learn how you can make your own super sweet. Instead of buying a 120 ml bottle for $15 plus shipping, you can just get on Amazon and order yourself what you already saw as our featured item for today, 100 grams of pure sucralose. And you already have PG to do your own mixing. All you need is a couple 120 ml bottles, and you can make your own. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that today. A simple 10% solution of sucralose, and we're going to have 3 bottles of sucralose. I'm going to have one for myself. I'm going to send one for each of the ladies, and then I can actually box some stuff up and get that stuff sent out to them. But yeah, I'm so excited because I'm starting to run low, man. That's all I got left. That's all I got left of the Capella Super Sweet. There's maybe 2-3 mils left in the bottom of that. And then I probably got about, 20 mils left of the Purellum Super Sweet. So we're going to make our own. And then I won't have to rely on anybody for the sweetener. Because last week we made Neotame. So this week we're making sucralose. And we're going to be set for a long time. Really looking forward to that. And then just, for a little bit of fun on the end, we will do a random recipe. I do have an announcement, though, that you guys should be aware of. You probably, if you're a subscriber to Bull City Flavors, you already got the email about it. But they're no longer doing free shipping after $25. Starting this Wednesday, they're going to have an aggregated thing. In order to get free shipping, you need to order $75 worth of stuff because the cost of shipping's gone up. And it's like a tapered thing. So like if you order $25 worth of flavoring, you get like 25% off of the shipping cost. And then if you order like $50, you get like 50% off of the shipping cost. And at $75, you still get free shipping. But they had to raise their shipping prices and start charging shipping for the lower orders because, they're really not making any money at that point. Like I placed an order today for half a dozen flavors that I needed to have. And obviously every time I place an order, I also order, some bottles to go with it. So my order came like $38, but realistically, they're probably paying, $10, $12 out of that to go cover the shipping cost for free shipping. Especially if you use Hunky V for your 5% off. I only saved like, $1.50 or whatever, but the way today's economy is, every little bit helps and it all adds up in the end. So there's the announcement out of the way. Sad news that Bull City's not going to be giving you free shipping at $25 anymore. So you got till Wednesday to still be able to get the free shipping if you only got to order a couple things and, your order's only $25 to whatnot. Starting Wednesday, the free shipping is going to be at $75. Anyway, without further ado, I think we should get into the single flavor testing. because that's what we're here for. And I forgot to turn the light on. There you go. That works better. Yeah, so today's flavors that we got, I already mentioned, we have lemon candy from TFA. I already did use this in a random recipe, so we're going to do the single flavor testing of that. We have pineapple fresh from TFA. We're going to try that out. Berry chewy squares. What's a berry chewy square? I mean, is that like a granola bar made of dried berries or something? I don't know. We have watermelon sour candy sweetened with stevia. I like how they're telling you what sweetener's already in it. I wish all the flavoring manufacturers did that for all of their flavors. We have peach gummy candy that we're going to take a look at. And we're going to get started with a strawberry splash. What's different about a strawberry splash? Is it a sweet strawberry? Is it a ripe strawberry? I don't really know. So we'll toss this off to the side. I did get my little bottles out. We'll get our scale out. And we'll pull up on screen our little recipe. We'll tear that out. And there's our recipe for us today. Just a reminder for everybody. We just do a simple 5% single flavor test of this thing. And, we're going to be making ourselves 15 mils, not 10. Although we could just do 10 just to, keep it simple. Because at 10 mils, literally, if you're doing 5% solution, then you only need half a gram to get your 5% of it. And then all you do is you add your VGPG to achieve a 70-30 ratio, and there's your single flavor test done. That's simple. Hot diggity dog diggity. So let's get this strawberry splash. It's like a strawberry juice flavor. That's very interesting. It's got some fresh characteristics to it, like a fresh strawberry. But the mouthfeel is more like a juicy strawberry. I'm really looking forward to being able to compare these against other strawberries. Like we're going to have a strawberry day where that's all we take a look at, are all the different strawberries that are available. At least all the ones I can get my hands on. I've got a list of flavors that I've wanted to order from Bull City Flavor, and they just don't have them. And obviously, they don't have jungle flavored flavors. I could order from Jungle Flavor to get their flavors, but there's Inawera, I think grapefruit or something. Haven't had that in quite some time. So I got to look around to see if there are any other places where you can get these flavors from reliably that isn't going to charge you an arm and a leg for shipping. I know I can get Vape Train Australia flavors as the new name from Canada, but it gets to be pretty expensive to ship it all the way from Canada to here. I know Nom Noms is still being able to do it, but even they're having problems with their payment processors. In order for you to place an order from Nom Noms, you have to act like you're going to go pick it up in the store and then, send them an email, and then they'll send you an invoice. You can pay for it through their email. China does the same thing with a lot of our vape stuff, but it's just, I really wish the world was different, Doesn't make any sense why things have to be so complicated. It's like the government only picks who the winners are. Who the winners and everybody else are just plain out losers. Anyway. All right, so we got our half a gram of our flavoring inside of there. Now we need to add 1.97 grams, almost 2 grams of our PG. We're going to be burning through a lot of that today. Making 320 ml bottles of super sweet. So I was like, wonder what the actual percentage is in Capella and Purellum when you make your super sweet. Are they making it at 10%? Are they making it at 7%? Because I saw some claims that said that Capella Super Sweet is equivalent to 1 tablespoon of sugar. And it's like, well, 14 milligrams of sucralose is 2 tablespoons. So 7 milligrams of sucralose is 1 tablespoon of sugar. I don't know. We're going to make it at 10%. We could always up it later on if we really needed to. But even if it's a little different, it just means that we're just going to have to put a couple extra drops in instead of using a 0.5%. Maybe we'll need to go with 0.75. Or maybe we won't notice a difference between the two of them. Won't find out. Won't know that until we actually make our own. Svet Andrev, hello and welcome. I hate the best grape flavor that money can buy. You hate the best flavor that grape flavor? Well, listen, I can kind of relate to you there because, like, grape used to be my all-day vape. You know, like when I quit smoking, and, like, that's all I used to vape. And it was called Purple Rain. It was a grape flavor. And I vaped that for the longest time, and then I finally switched and ended up changing to OG Blue. And then when I started DIYing my stuff, because I bought every grape I can get my hands on, I couldn't stand grape. In recipes, it's just like, it turns me off now. And I blame that exclusively on the fact that, you know, that's what I vaped as my all-day vape for literally half a year. So, it's not that the grapes are bad. It's just I don't like them anymore. I like eating grapes. I like drinking wine. But I don't like to vape grape ever anymore. I even had some stuff sent to me. And it was really good. I just didn't like it because it was grape. Not because it was a bad juice. All right, so VG, I need almost 9 grams. Awesome. Whoops. That's a nice thing about, you know, when you're doing this, it doesn't have to be 100% precise. If you put just a little bit extra in there, an extra drop of this, extra drop of that, it's really not going to change the overall profile of what you're actually tasting and testing. And my apologies, because you can still tell that my hands ain't 100% clean. I've washed them at least a dozen times since yesterday. But that stuff gets into your skin, and I'm not one of those people that puts lotion on my skin all the time. So when I do work on the car, that oil gets really into the pores. So it'll take a week before my hands look like a office worker again. Awesome. Bet this is going to taste a lot better than it did on the knuckle test. There was no astringency to that concentrated flavoring at all. I just got the beautiful, juicy flavor. to strawberry juice. That's what she tastes like on the knuckle test. It's one of the situations where like you get all the characteristics of your strawberry right down to the greens of the strawberry, but it is like everything is subtle and evenly balanced. That's a beautiful strawberry juice. Why didn't they call it strawberry juice? Why'd they call it strawberry splash? I don't know. But it is definitely true to its name. I'm very, very happy with that one. It's probably going to be like a 9 out of 10. As long as it vapes the way that it tastes on the knuckle, we're going to be really, really happy with that. All right, moving on. Peach Gummy Candy is the next one up on the list. I don't know about the gummy candy part. I'm definitely getting peach out of it. It is like a subtle peach candy. And I guess that's what the gummy does to the candy or to the flavors. Doesn't have like a... Man, maybe a very slight Play-Doh-ish smell to it. You can get that it's peach, but like the other odor coming off of it, it's kind of like fresh Play-Doh. Unique. It's not like the other peaches I have. And it does have that, like, that's, I don't want to say sour, because it isn't really sour, like unripened peach characteristic to it. Like, you know, when you pull the stone out of the inside of a peach and you've got that reddish area that is like a different kind of characteristic or different flavor profile. That's kind of like the astringent residual flavor of that concentrate on my tongue. Neil Pitts, hello and welcome. Funky Monk 2254, hello and welcome. We're going to hit 0.5 or not? We were 0.51 a moment ago. Now I blow on the scale, now it goes way over. Okay, close enough. Now we'll add our 2 grams of PG. Our 8.8 grams of VG. Okay, I get that gummy characteristic now. The peach is much softer than I originally anticipated it being on the knuckle test. It's a peach gummy. Like, you ever get those peach O-rings? The grocery store in the bulk section, bulk foods? Peach gummy. Nailed it. Beautiful. If you're into that peach gummy thing, that's also probably about a 9. Next, watermelon sour candy. Doesn't smell like watermelon. Just has a slight sweet smell to it. Interesting. So, watermelon candy sweetened with stevia. Watermelon sour candy sweetened with stevia. Doesn't smell like watermelon. Yeah, I can tell it's stevia in there. There's just no words to describe how that sensation. It's like a diet watermelon flavor. It's not unpleasant, but it's not like, oh my God, gotta go and have this. There's no real pleasant characteristic of the watermelon inside of this. Now, watermelon's a very subtle flavor by itself because, you know, other than the sweetness and the wet juiciness of watermelon, what's watermelon really taste like? Unless you've actually drank watermelon juice, which they do sell in the store. The sour and the stevia in this, it tastes like diet watermelon candy because of that aftertaste from the stevia. That's the paramount flavor profile I'm getting in my mouth. Not a winner in my book. Watermelon sour candy. It's not really that sour. It's not sweet like you would expect candy to be. It truly gives you that diet characteristic. No. 2 out of 10? And I think that's being generous. I want to be nice and say 3, but no. I can't go above 2. Not happy with it. I know it said 0.48. I probably should put some more in, but that's all right. Take my hand off of the scale. That would probably help. All right, and we'll go like 8.8 just to try and keep the proportions the same. Close enough. Delta Squad, hello and welcome. Louis N814, hello and welcome. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic Saturday out there. All right, the sweetness of the VG is the saving grace of this flavor. I'm no longer getting that overwhelming stevia flavor and the overall stevia scent to it. It's a subtle watermelon, a hint of sour, only based upon the fact that I've used sour in recipes before as an accent. Not to try and totally change the profile, but to subdue it from being sickeningly sweet and add some contrast to the sweetness. As a juice, that tastes wonderful. As a flavor by itself, smelling it and tasting it, I hate it. But at 5%, it's kind of like if you could take Swedish Fish and make it watermelon flavor, this watermelon sour candy would be it. But as an individual flavor, smelling it and tasting it, I hate it. The sweetness from the vegetable glycerin alone is enough to convert that into being a beautiful, delicious flavor. It literally is a watermelon Swedish Fish flavor. Wow. Not sour at all. Very enjoyable. Here, I want to rate that a 2. It goes to show you just really can't prejudge these things. You literally have to experience them firsthand. Smell it, taste it on the knuckle, and then taste it at an appropriate concentration. Berry Chewy Squares. Has anybody any clue what Berry Chewy Squares are? Is that some kind of confection or bakery item that they sell that I haven't come across myself personally? Like if you look on a thumbnail, I asked Grok to make the thumbnail this week, and that little thing that they have down in the corner that looks like a purple granola bar, that's what its interpretation was of Berry Chewy Squares. .5. Oops. All right, the smell of it is berry-esque. More like, I want to say it smells like a floral pomegranate. Very astringent. Also has a nutty characteristic to it when I'm on the exhale. Cereal-esque nuttiness. And it has like a floral berry perception. get 2 grams of PG. Uh, 8.8. Give her a nice shake. I get the berries. It's like but there's that heavy cereal characteristic to this. And it's different nuttiness than acetylpyrazine. Honestly, the most accurate description visually is what's on the thumbnail. That little purplish thing that looks like a granola bar is what I could imagine it looking like if this was a real food. Berry chewy squares. Bakery-esque. It's not blackberry, it's not boysenberry, it's not blueberry. Not raspberry, certainly not grape. I don't have any kind of fruits I've ever eaten before that even come close to this berry combination. Maybe some freeze-dried berries. If you took some freeze-dried berries and put it into a granola bar, that's kind of what this would be like. But even the granola or the cereal characteristic is subdued. So the berry is forefront. The initial taste is very sweet. And as the sweetness and the VG dissipates on your tongue and your saliva washes it down, you're left with a berry crunch. I don't want to say there's oatmeal to it, characteristic to it. I know oatmeal's present in a granola bar. There's no honey characteristic to this. Makes me want to pull out the mixed berries from Capella and compare it. Or the harvest berries. Like, this is a fragrant, you can definitely tell, you know, there's blackberries and strawberries and blueberries in this. These actually translate to real fruits. This is not that kind of a berry. Yeah, I'm getting the same characteristic when you use the concentrate. Now that I've familiarized myself with the nuances of this, diluted down, and I taste this, it refreshes my brain of what the nuances that I experienced. It's got a granola characteristic to it. Without honey and without any actual recognizable berries. I can't see myself mixing this with other things. How is this going to benefit another recipe? I mean, unless you're trying to use this as like a filler, if you were trying to make yourself a granola bar with dried raspberries in it or something like that, and you're basically getting granola taste and raspberry, and you needed something in there that could glue the two together, you could put this in, you know, at 0.5%, and that would probably bridge the two flavors together for you. But on its own, unless you wanted this as a one shot, I don't know who's going to buy this. I can't think of any recipes that would need something like this. Now, fresh pineapple. How's this different than juicy pineapple and the regular pineapple? You know what it smells like? If you had a can of pineapples and you poured out the can into a bowl, juice and everything, and then you smelled the can. It's kind of what this is like. There's no sweetness to the odor. A little acidic pineapple smell. You know what else this could smell like? If you've ever taken a pineapple and cored it yourself, you know, cut the outside of it out and then ran a round reamer down through the middle to core it, it would smell like the pineapple core. Definitely not like Sugarloaf pineapple. I've never had a unripened pineapple, but that's the impression I'm getting from the knuckle test of the flavor. A not juicy pineapple. A dried pineapple. That's just wild. None of the pineapples I have actually taste like a pineapple when you knuckle test them. Sugarloaf pineapple is the only one that comes close to it. This is different than any of the other pineapples I've had. It has that same familiar characteristic, that same lingering flavor, but a total lack of any sweetness whatsoever. Whoops. Definitely went over on that. Whoops.
Attention everyone. According to Neil Pitts, on BCF it says Berry Chewy Squares is a strawberry starburst style flavor. That is all.
No. No. No way. It's been a long time since I've had a strawberry starburst, but I know what that flavor is like. I know what that that strawberry chew flavor is like. This definitely has a cereal-esque, a nutty characteristic to it that lingers. You do get an initial berry flavor. It's not strawberry. I want to say it's like a bunch of dried fruit. You can't really recognize it as something you've eaten. Need a towel. Sometimes that works like a charm, and sometimes it doesn't. Well, I like that. Which one of the pineapples do I have that's closest to this? It's not super sweet. It's not sickeningly sweet. It's not like canned pineapples or pineapple juice. This is probably the closest to a fresh pineapple flavor out of all the pineapples I've tasted. The impression in your mind is nothing but strictly pineapple. It's not candied. It's like the core of a pineapple. If you got pineapple in your juice that you're trying to mix and you need something that sells it more authentic as a real pineapple, not a candied pineapple, not pineapple juice, this is really good without any sweetener added to it. Where's my sweetener? I want to take a little bit of that. Ooh, that's so delicious. The 2% that I have here, I legit put 1 drop of this on here and 2 drops of this. And the sweetener in this completely took over that recipe. Like a 1/4% of super sweet added to this would bring it up to sell it as an actual fresh pineapple. Except it kind of detracts away from it because you know yourself that the pineapple has a little acidic characteristic to it, and this sweetener completely obliterates that. It's interesting. There is that very slightest hint of this being an artificial chemical flavorized version of fresh pineapple. But if you're adding this with a bunch of other stuff, you'll never notice that. Interesting. I'm really looking forward to actually like changing this stuff up and actually comparing all the different pineapples side by side. I like it. Probably about a 7 out of 10 though, overall. And last but not least is one that I've already used before. This is a lemon candy, and we've used this in a recipe before. Very concentrated lemon. Kind of lemon pledge-esque. But I've had some juices that I've made up before that were truly lemon pledge. Yeah. I've got other lemons that are better. There's some zest characteristic to this lemon. It's closer to a lemon zest than it is to actual lemon candy. And as that slowly dissolves on my tongue, it's now just starting to get a little astringent in the middle. It's drying it out, kind of numbing it up a little too. Sharon Gotcha, hello and welcome. Some of those flavors that have a zest get a bitterness from them. You know, it's really interesting how this is another one of those flavors that really changes when you add the vegetable glycerin sweetness into it. It still lacks the sweetness of a candy to be a lemon candy. But the mouthfeel now is 100% right for lemon candy. It's not bitterness. It's not a sourness. It's that tacky, lemon-esque mouthfeel. And you can smell the lemon as you exhale it through your nose. It's not fresh lemons. It's not lemon juice. But it does have the smell of a lemon juice. It's no longer like lemon pledge. It's like a lemon gummy. Or like the lemon flavor you would get in, what is that jelly center hard outer candy? Skittles? A lemon Skittles? Add a little sweetness to it. Yeah. Now it's definitely lemon candy. A little super sweet, just takes it over to the top and converts that. It totally rounds out any harshness of that lemon flavoring. And even the mouthfeel now more feels like a lemon candy. Piece of hardtack candy that's lemon flavored. You hit the nail on the head, that one. For sure. But it literally takes all those characteristics put together to get you there. You got to have the sweetness from the VG, and then you have to add a little supplementary sweetness from like sucralose. And then this lemon candy flavor actually tastes like lemon candy. This is probably a 10 out of 10. Out of all the ones we've tried, this is going to be my favorite for this week. And even the lingering mouthfeel is right. I don't know what I did with the lid, if it rolled off or what. Yeah, that's definitely true, Neil. Lemon's one of those ones that slowly diminish over time. The harshness goes away on ones that have them. That's the problem with Pippa's Lemon Bakehouse recipe. It's a very good lemon, and it does give you the lemon bakery smell, but there's just too non-distinct. It's like you almost need some of that harshness to be there to recognize it as something real. I don't think I would enjoy this without any super sweet in it, though. As a vape, it doesn't have enough sweetness to fully sell it as candy. This is your idea, Neil, by the way. I took a 2%, made a 2% solution of our super sweet, and now it's part of my normal testing regimen. Put 2 drops in there, make it a 3rd drop. Oh yeah, that's way better. That would probably be like a 0.3% super sweet added to this. Just enough to sell you that it's a candy without being sickeningly sweet like a regular piece of candy would be. That's very interesting. I really like that. Very much so. All right. Lemon candy. Keep these ones segregated. I'll put the labels on it after the show, because it's time for us to get our actual magnetic stirrer out, and we're going to measure up. Gleisha So, hello and welcome. Michael Redfern, hello and welcome. Long time no see, buddy. So, time to get our mixer stir out, plug her in. I did play around with this a little bit more after we made our last solution on there, and obviously had to clean the things up before this week. But yeah, this thing does work really good. I mean, that was a bargain on Temu. I think I only paid $30 for this whole thing. Shipped right to my house. Amazon has this on sale for like $50. Sometimes I see it as low as $42. plugged in. Now, let's do some simple math and figure out exactly what we're doing here. Archimedes, hello and welcome. We are making us some super sweet today. That's the whole goal of this whole situation. We have our sucralose on the table. Can't believe I dropped my good vape on the floor. So, this is available on Amazon. 100 grams of pure sucralose. We're going to be using that today to make 320 ml bottles of 10% sucralose. This is the goal is to make this the exact same as super sweet. Is 10% going to be enough? On the next batch, are we going to have to bump it up to 12% or drop it down to 7%? I don't know. We got to start somewhere. Since there's like no definitive answers out there, nobody's ever done this before and publicly released a video about it that I could find, we're going to make our own. And we're just going to stick with 10% sucralose. So we know we got 320 ml bottles of it. Now we just need to do some basic math. So we'll get the calculator out. Now you could probably do this in your head, but, you know, we're doing a show here where we want everybody else to see what's going on. So there's a beautiful calculator. Too big. Can't do full screen. What am I doing? What's going on? It's been 2 days working on a car and I've totally forgot how to operate a computer. All right, 120 ml bottles. We got 3 of them, right? So the total volume that we're going to make today is 360 milliliters of liquid is what we're going to mix up today. A 10% solution of that, doing some simple math, is 36 milligrams of sucralose is what we need to put into the beaker. And then to do a 90% PG, we need to subtract the 36 from the 360 to come up with 324 milligrams of propylene glycol. That is all it's going to take to make our super sweet. Yeah, that's so much of it because I'm going to send a bottle to Archimedes and I'm going to send a bottle to Cheryl as part of their package that I got sitting in the other room. I got them in the box already. I just wanted to add this into there and then I'll put some bubble thing on the top of it, actually weigh it and get the postage on it and then drop it off at UPS on Monday. So there we go. That's the simple recipe right there. It's that simple. And the thing that really gets me is 120 ml bottle right now of Purellum or Capella is going for over $15 or thereabouts, right? I bought 100 grams of sucralose on Amazon for $16. This can make an entire liter of sweetener. And because it's a dry powder, you don't have to make it all at once. So you could take and zip this up, put it aside, make yourself only 100 ml bottle of this, you know, taking 10 grams out at a time, zip this up and put it away. And then in a year or year and a half, however long it takes you to go through 100 ml bottle of sweetener, you could do it all over again. You could do it all over again 10 times. That's saving you money. There's no reason to buy the sweetener when you can make it yourself. That's the whole deal of doing DIY. That's why at the beginning of the show, I showed you, me working on the car. Because that's who I am. I do everything myself if at all possible. So that's what we're doing today. And that's what we got to figure out. The math is right there. We need to measure out 324 milligrams. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you for the amazing super chat. Very much appreciate your donation. Awesome. Okay, so 324 grams of PG and 36 grams of sucralose, and we're going to be job done. So let's measure that stuff out and get it on the hot plate, get it all stirring, and it's going to be awesome. Like, there's the Neotame that we made. This is a 120 ml bottle of 10% Neotame, and here's a 60 ml bottle of 5% Neotame. So whenever I'm mixing for a pod style setup or for mouth to lung recipes, I'll use the 10%. And whenever I'm using it as a replacement for super sweet in, the direct to lung recipes, we're going to put in the 5% solution. And I'm curious, this Slurricane that I've been vaping on for the past 4 weeks now, 3 weeks, I want to swap out the sweetener inside that one. I want to make a batch using the Neotame as the sweetener instead of super sweet. And I want to compare the two side by side. How does that change the flavor profile of it? Because a lot of the comments I've heard about Neotame is that it actually accentuates a lot of the different fruit flavors. So if you've got like a fruity custard or something, you put that into there as the sweetener instead of super sweet, it will actually accentuate those fruits and still be able to sweeten that custard to make it more like a pudding or a custard than, a bunch of artificial egg notes. So, cool. Where's my vape? Before I ruin it. I love me that Slurricane. Delicious. And I will pull this calculator off of the screen. Put her off to the side. For those of you that don't know the recipe, Slurricane that I'm talking about, because you haven't been here in a little bit, there she is. Yummy. Papaya, not used very often. Sweet peach, used quite a bit in a bunch of other recipes. Saturn peach, a very unique peach. It actually looks like a squished midget peach. It's like the same width, but it's really short. And it's a very, very unique flavor. It does not taste like a peach. Like on the knuckle test, on the single flavor test of that one, it did not taste like a peach. But it works really well with the sweet peach and the papaya and the sweet guava. Delicious. Almost pineapple-esque. And that coil needs some fresh cotton put in it. That's my task after the show today. Very, very flavorful. Very yummy. Cool. All right. Let's switch overhead. We got our beautiful setup here. And because we're going to be making 360 mils, the 250 mil beaker that we used last time is too small. Fortunately, we bought this as a set. And we're going to step up to the 500 mil beaker for today. So, but before we do that, we need to measure this stuff. Awesome. We'll get our sucralose opened up. Nice little scooper. Gaming Vapor, welcome back. Hope your picnic was wonderful. Okay. 36 grams is what we need out of here. This is 100 grams, so we're going to need a little over a third of this. I wonder if the cops, if I got pulled over with this, would think this is a bag of Coke. Until they tasted it. All right, so maybe we will use that little spoon. Very nice. We can squeeze out the air. Seal that back up. We can throw it back into here and seal this up. And put that back away because we're not going to need it. There we have 36 grams of sucralose. Now, if I remember correctly, the LB501 measures up to 500 grams. And we're going to be making 360 grams worth of stuff. So let's just pour this in. I'll get the last of this out and use it to refill my little PG bottle that I have that I use for my little recipes. And we're going to finish it off with the exact same stuff that I have inside of this bottle. I need to get to 360. There you go, man. 360 grams of sucralose at 10%. Job done. Sorta. We're going to turn this thing on, and obviously I need to add the magnet to be able to stir it. Then we're going to do a little bit of lookup here. We're going to find out, number one, what's the melting point of sucralose? So we can set the temperature on this magnetic stir. Let's just ask Grok. Let him do all the legwork while we sit here and vape and enjoy ourselves. $125°C. That was the initial answer it got. $125 to $130°C. Do you see what it said? It says, okay, the melting point of sucralose is 125°C, but using PG as the solvent may change this. So let's look this up again. Sucralose dissolved in PG around 80 to 100°C. See how simple that was? It doesn't have a defined melting point. Yeah, I know. We're human beings. We have inaccurate language. We're not full-time scientists, right? Sucralose does not have a defined melting point in propylene glycol because melting point is property of pure crystalline solids, not a solution. Pure anhydrous sucralose melts and begins to decompose at 125°C. So we don't want to get to 125°C. Warm the PG first. We didn't do that. To roughly 80 to 100°C, and then add the sucralose powder. Shake or stir vigorously for 5 to 15 minutes until dissolved. Well, that's not what we did. So we're going to agitate this to get the magnet down to the bottom. And I may have to use some clean instruments in there. But, look, she's already down to the bottom. Oh, you can't see the bottom of the jug. I can. The magnet's already down to the bottom. It's already mostly dissolved in there. So let's set the temperature on this lovely device. And we'll go up. Set. 70 degrees it will start off at. I think that would be more than adequate. Because this is a solution after all. Set.
Attention everyone. According to Neil Pitts, with the war in Iran, PG supply is going to start going up as stockpiles diminish. That is all.
There you go, man. We have it set at 70. I can feel the heat coming off of that already, and you can see the little stir underneath it. And by agitating it around, you're getting the magnet to go closer to the edge. So any of the crystalline powder that may be near the edge, we'll agitate that into solution. I'm actually using the temperature probe to like stir this up a little. There we go. I had that probe all the way stuck on the edge. Much better. Just that simple, man. Happy hippie, hello and welcome. We're making our own sucralose sweetener, super sweet. Probably would have been better if we would have followed the directions and heated the PG first and then added the sucralose to it. But we'll try it out. Let this thing continue to heat. She's doing a good job. You can see the magnetic stir is actually working in there, keeping it moving around. And the little flakes that you see there are the sucralose that was touching the bottom that was started to overheat. In worst case scenario, we could always filter this. But I'm excited, man. So I guess while this is chugging away, we'll We'll go do a search for a random recipe. Looks like horchata. Doesn't smell like horchata. It smells like sucralose. And I did get a little bit of that powder in the air whenever I was putting it into the beaker. I could taste that sweetness in my tongue.
So you say you wanna change, but lately things have been the same. And it's my heart you're holding back again.
All right, let's see what random recipe we're going to do today. Let me roll the bumper. Hot diggity dog diggity, what can we make today? Yes, you're absolutely right, Robert. Worst case scenario, could always do it again. We only used 36 grams out of that 100-gram bag, and we've got plenty of PG here. Matter of fact, I did get myself a gallon of PG from Amazon. Right there. Propylene glycol. Food grade, multi-purpose, crystal clear, non-toxic, USP, kosher, made in the USA. 1 gallon, $26 delivered to my house. That will last me a long, long time. Up until now, I've been buying them either in 500 ml bottles, or the last one I bought was a 32-ounce bottle. It's cool just sitting here watching that thing go on. And yeah, hopefully it'll clear up. We'll find out. It's an experiment. That's the lovely thing about science. You do it. If you don't get the expected results, do it again. It's working. I'm going to turn it down some. I don't want to get any air bubbles agitated into it. But yeah, here, what can we make today? What are we making today? David Lloyd made SSA Fudge Milkshake, V2, high percentage. Ooh, if it could only taste that good. The funny thing is about this PG that we made, that I ordered. It's a new seller on Amazon. And I was able to get a gallon of VG from the same supplier. It was only $23 for the entire gallon sent to my house. It wasn't the next day. It was. It took about a week to send it to me. But it ended up coming UPS and $23. And I'm going to taste it later on this weekend. Crack it open, make sure everything is cool about it, kosher, and it tastes good, and it does no off taste on it. And we should be good to go. Just like your PG, make sure you taste your PG. There are some PGs out there that are not actually USP grade, right? Somebody was trying to like pull a fast one on you, and they like a lot of these Temu stuff and Chinese stuff. Sometimes the description isn't as accurate as it should be. So there are some ones that do have some off notes, and you need to make sure you stick with the brands that you can trust and you've used them before and There's nothing to be afraid of trying do new things. Just before you use it to make a recipe, compare it to the stuff you already got. Take a little taste of this one.
Attention,
take a little taste of that
everyone.
one. Make sure they're exactly
According
the same
to
thing.
Neil Pitts, I am ordering some salt Nick to make some MTL mixes, only going to do a 9 milligrams mixes so I can not get the throat hit from free base Nick. That is all.
That's clearing up pretty quick now. There's a lot of air that got pulled into that thing. But that's clearing up really nice. All right, where were we? Random recipe. That's right. Dave Lloyd's recipe: high fudge milkshake, ice cream vanilla from SSA at 4%, milkshake from Capella at 2.5%, milkshake mullenberry at 2.25%, milky caramel fudge from SSA at 3%, shortbread cookie, 0.5% of that, and whipped cream from SSA at 2%. Where's the fudge? There's no chocolate? I mean, don't get me wrong. It looks like a really nice, creamy, caramelly. The milky caramel fudge is what does it? I'm gonna have to give it a try. That looks good. Do I want to commit to 100 mils of it though? No, I got too much other stuff here. I'm already sending a Care Web package that would get rid of all of my excess stuff. So we're going to mix this up today, but we're just going to do a little 30 ml bottle because we got beautiful brand new 30 ml bottles here. So we'll adapt this. We're going to do 30 mils. I'll do it at a 6 and save. Let's start gathering up these ingredients while you guys look at the mixer. How's that for clear? The color's a little yellow on the overhead camera. I'm sorry about that. It's a little more accurate on the camera right there. But you can see my shirt through it. That's pretty clear. Oh, so excited. All right. Ice cream vanilla from SSA. Okay, that's number 1. Milky caramel fudge, SSA. Milkshake mullenberry / SSA. They're the same thing. Shortbread cookie, SSA. As opposed to shortbread biscuit. And whipped cream. We love me some SSA whipped cream. Okay, what are we missing? Capella's milkshake. Okay. And then super sweet. And that's it. Wow, look how clear that is. Here's the Neotame that we made in comparison. This is awesome, dude. Like the overhead camera, you can even see the magnetic stir and they're working. That's a 10% sucralose in propylene glycol solution, yes. Which is what I believe super sweet is. Now, if we make this up and I go and I taste super sweet and this is twice as sweet, then we obviously need to cut this back to a 5% solution, which is no big deal because we just add another 360 mils of PG to it and now we went from 10% to 5%. Or we do like we did with our Neotame and, we bottle up a big bottle of it and then we take the rest of it and double its volume and make a 5% bottle. And the advantage of heating this stuff up is if your PG has any water in it whatsoever, you can boil the water off. Because it will evaporate first. It'll distill first out of the solution before you'll get to the point where the PG is going to boil. Now, granted, super sweet does gunk up your coils. We know that, right? But it is the sweetest, purest sugar that we can put into our liquids. Hence the reason why we started off by making Neotame in the first place. Because sucralose is 600 times sweeter than sugar. Neotame is 6,000 times sweeter than sugar. Okay? So this is way more sweetness than that is, which means that you can use 10% of this compared to that. So if you're using that at 1% in your recipe, you're going to use this at 0.1% in your recipe to get the same sweetness out of it. And the fact that you're only putting in 0.1% of that instead of that means your coils are going to last longer because they won't get gunked up because there's nothing there to gunk them up. There you go, man. Same as with the Neotame. As soon as we hit 70 degrees, we're going to shut this thing down. We're not going to shut the stirrer down. I'm going to shut down the temperature, the heating, and let it continue to stir and cool off. And this will be done. And let this completely cool. And then we'll decant it into 3 lovely bottles. One for me, one for Archimedes, and one for Cheryl. Isn't it cool making your own stuff? You save money and you know that there's nothing else added to it. There's no other ingredients in this. It's just propylene glycol and just sucralose. None of those preservatives like you have inside of Capella Super Sweet. There's no citric acid in here, no benzoic acid, none of that stuff. And that $16 investment in the sucralose will last me the rest of my life. Craig D, hello and welcome. We're making sucralose, brother. Making super sweet. Our own. Straight up sucralose and PG, that's it. Hey, 70 degrees. Right on the money. And look, it's crystal clear. Awesome. Now, I just need to set it, and drop the temperature down. And now the temperature is going to slowly start coming down. And the alarm's going off because the temperature's above where we have it set at. We have it set at 0, which is turn the heat off. I wish I had a bigger office. I could set this up behind me over here, set up another camera over top. Might have to do that. Wonder what else we could make DIY. Order the flavor compounds, make our own flavoring. That is awesome. All right, this is going to take forever to cool off, so let me clear off a spot in front of me so I can pick this up and move it over. Got microphones. My watch I don't wear anymore because my wife got a new Samsung smartwatch, so I inherited her old one. By the way, if you're wondering how many steps it takes to change wheel bearings and rear brakes on a 2012 Ford Escort, it's over 10,000. Take all your messages and put them in a little doggy bowl. Move my headphone case out of the way. And my coffee. All right, lift a cord and move this without dropping anything. Cool. These are the only things in October. Fresh pineapple and strawberry slash. I separated them from the things. I think I can tell the difference between pineapple and strawberry. I'll have to figure that out after the show. Okay. Here's our lovely new bottles. I picked up 100 of these on Amazon for $22. 22 cents a piece.
Attention everyone. According to Neil Pitts, Alex, I was wondering if I could do a natural extracted tobacco by using a hot plate mixer, real tobacco leaf and PG, like the way you mix the sweetener then let it steep for 6 months. That is all.
That's a good question, dude. I curiously wonder, there's a guy in England, Vic talked about him all the time. They do a naturally extracted tobacco, and I wonder if that's how they do it. You know, they just get the tobacco and they sit it in PG and heat it up, stir it all up, and then let it sit. All right, so we got our lovely ingredients here. And beautiful 30 ml bottle. We do want to put our secret sauce in there.
what you're giving, but it's never too late to spread your wings. Wings.
Cool. Okay, vanilla, ice cream vanilla from SSA is the first flavor. 1.2 grams. Oh, it smells delicious. I want it already. Okay, Capella's milkshake. .75. Oh, that smells delicious. Mullenberry's milkshake, also SSA milkshake. Same flavor. See, this one doesn't smell as good. But it's got that dappiness to it. Okay, 0.68.
Waking up in the flower bed, the sun is up, table set, we eat and drink.
Good. Milky caramel fudge from SSA.
Time to live, time to die, and a time to be.
Oh, it's got that stringent vanilla bean ice cream like Capella's. That's what it smells like.
And listen for a heartbeat.
There's something else in there. Caramelly?
With everything in motion.
I don't know. Okay. 0.9.
Say a word, hold a hand. Life is not the sum of what we plan, but the in-between. This miracle of human life and the body and time that we are
Shortbread cookie.
together sacred.
Yum.
Slow down
She tastes way better than she smells.
and listen for a heartbeat. With everything in motion.
0.15.
Oh, here now.
Done.
See the
Whipped cream, 0.6.
in every single moment. La da 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 da. La da 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 da.
Whoops, a little extra whipped cream. Who cares? We love whipped cream. Cool. Little super sweet. Pure Limb super sweet. 0.45. This smells stronger than, maybe that 10% is going to be too weak. In which case, instead of putting 1% in, we'll put 2% in. Or in case of starting your recipes off at a 0.5%, you have to put 1% of our 10% Sucralose in. It smells sweeter than the stuff we made. But I don't know yet. It's got to cool off. Okay, 0.45.
Slow down and listen for a heartbeat.
Cool. PG. What am I putting in? 2.57. I use the stuff we made our sucralose with. 2.57. Whoops. and 26 and a half.
in every single moment. Slow down
Oops.
and listen for a heartbeat. With everything in motion.
I went over on the side.
Here now.
Cool.
The beauty that
Just like that, she done. We'll put the cap on and get my
in every single moment.
towel. Clean up my mess. Clean up my bottle. And actually, we're going to clean this up a little bit more. I got my Zeus Lens cleaning wipes. Just alcohol pads. That's all these are. Give her a good shake. Our sucralose is down to 64 degrees Celsius. It'll take a couple hours to cool that off to room temperature. She's still working at it. That's going to be real good. Definitely feel that nick on my throat now. But it's got a beautiful creaminess to it. That's a really good milkshake. Ooh, yeah. Dave Lloyd, you do not disappoint. Some of these recipes you made are just unbelievable. He's just chugging away, man. Crystal clear. You know how much money I've spent on Super Sweet in the last 5 years? I would have already paid for this whole setup. Love this thing.
Attention everyone. According
cool.
to Neil Pitts, here's my newest recipe http://tjek.nu/r/lc6h. That is all.
Eggo Bourbon Milkshake. Yummy. Crispy waffle at SSA at a half. Ice cream SSA at 2. Irish cream 0.75. Kentucky bourbon at a half. Maple bar from Flavora at 1. Milkshake Capella at 2.5. Milkshake Mullenberry at 0.65. And waffle cone at 1. That sounds really good, man. I did place some, like I was telling you guys earlier, an order from Bull City Flavors. I got me some chocolate milk from TFA. I didn't have that one before. Let me close this out. Where is it? Where's my list? Desktop. Flavors to order. Scroll down to the bottom. I keep track of everything that I place an order for and stuff I need to order. So I got chocolate milk from TFA, Irish cream from TFA, oatmeal cookie from TFA. I'd order another bottle of my Cinnamon Dana Swirl V1 because I only got like a ml left out of a 30 ml bottle. And I picked up vanilla bean gelato flavor. I don't have that one either. So I did that, and I got 2 packs of 10, 30, and 60 ml bottles. Came to $37. And everything I ordered was 30 ml bottles. So I'm looking forward to that order coming next week. I still need to get a hold of One-on-One's Milky Creamy Undertones. Jungle Flavors Ultimate Strawberry. I heard that's the best strawberry out there. Whipped cream from Flavor Art. I do not have that one. Inawera Grapefruit. Don't have that one. I need to get a VSO order in. It's been a while since I've ordered from them. Get some butter raw. I don't have Capella's Brown Sugar. I don't have Flavora's Fried Dough. And I don't have Vanilla Gelato from Wonder Flavors. And none of those are available Bull City. So I'm going to have to source them from somewhere else. Yes.
Attention everyone. According to Neil Pitts, here's BCF new shipping rates $25, $34.99 rightward arrow 25% off shipping $35.00, $49.99 rightward arrow 35% off shipping $50.00, $74.99 rightward arrow 50% off shipping $75.00 plus rightward arrow free shipping available. That is all.
$75 or more will give you free shipping. If you order $25 to $35, you get 25% off shipping. $35 to $49.99, you get 35% off shipping. $50 to $74.99 will get you 50% off shipping fees. And if you order over $75, shipping is still free. However, that does not apply to bottles in packs of 25 or 100. You got to still pay the shipping for those. But, I mean, you got to deal with the cost. I mean, me placing that order for $38 today means that they got to pay for the full price of the shipping because I still got free shipping. It's the price. New prices don't go into effect until Wednesday. So if you're thinking about placing a small order from them, now's the time to do it. If you're like me and you only place orders when you can get free shipping, that means it's going to be a lot more infrequent orders from them. Because I'm not going to pay $12 for shipping. I'd rather place a $75 order and get the free shipping. So we'll see what happens. They know that this is not going to be a good thing for them in the short run, but they got to do what they got to do to stay in business. And if that's what they got to do to stay in business, I'd rather them do the adjustment now, let people moan and groan about it, and have them still around 5 years down the road. Show off. I usually place an order over $100, so it don't matter to me. Listen, I'm out of space. I really don't have any more space to put new flavors on my storage areas. As it is, I already took up half my wall rack.
Attention everyone.
With these flavors.
According to Happy Hippie 2005, I believe 000 flavors can only be bought from their own web page facing up. Make sure it's PG based. They have many different mixes. That
yes,
is all.
They do. Yes, they do. I have checked them out. They are a little pricey, but, you know, considering what you're getting, I mean, be glad that you have another source of flavorings to get stuff from. And that might be something that I might end up having to do in the future, depending on what the FDA does. Because I know that they've been clamping down on the flavorings. But I may end up doing that as a place for you guys to get, you know, smaller orders of one-on-one flavors. I'll order a gallon of it and then divvy it up. And then again, you know, it'd be nice if it was a group of us that got together and like did it as like a nonprofit. We could do it as a nonprofit organization, and then there would be no sales tax that would be applied to it, and we could purchase these things in bulk. You know, we can put out a feeler to see who wants. Here's a list of flavors from one-on-one that we're thinking about ordering. How many of you are interested in this? You know. And we'll place an order that would satisfy all of our needs, and the shipping costs would get split amongst everybody. Might be cheaper than placing an order directly from them for smaller bottles. But I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. All I know is that this sucralose is crystal clear. And I'm excited to see what she's going to taste like. We'll mix that up. So there we go. There's a random recipe done. We're at the 2-hour mark. We made sucralose ourselves, and she looks pretty amazing. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, don't it? Now, it started off really milky in color, and now it's legit crystal clear. I'm excited about that. So we got that done, and we did our single flavor testing. Now I need to sit down and I'm not going to do it this weekend because I need to get caught up on my videos. I need to finish editing the ones that are started, and I've got 4 more new stuff that I need to get recorded. I've got the power supply I need to swap out on the computer. I need to get that review video up. I need to list my old graphics card on Facebook Marketplace to get it sold. And then I'm going to upload the video about that upgrade on my computer. There's so much work to do, but the wife's out of town. She's going to visit her brother and her nephews, so it leaves me the weekend with the dogs and time to actually get some real work done that I've been, doing half-assed, to be honest with you. It's like, I don't feel like editing today, or I don't feel like recording today. Now it's time to put the nose to the grindstone and get these things out there. So I think that's going to wrap it up for today. I really want to thank all you guys for coming out and hanging out with me on the Flavorist Diary as we get to single flavor test all these things. I will be doing a review, a write-up of all these flavors. I'm going to put them into ELR, drop my review there, and I will have an uploaded sheet of everything that we've done so far, and that's going to go onto the Discord server. If you guys didn't notice, in the Discord server under the free resources, I did upload a bunch of PDF books that people had published a long time ago, and it was available on their website, and I downloaded the PDFs, and it's now no longer available. They didn't maintain their website, so the PDFs are there. They're teaching you all the different intricacies on how to mix your own recipes. They got a bunch of like clone recipes that are up there. So, go check that out and sit down and do some reading this weekend and maybe pick up a little tips and tricks from other people that have done this and probably are still mixing out there. Because the stuff that they did and some of the recipes I've tried mixing from them have been really, really good. So my wish as always, folks, peace, love, and a hunky vape to end cigarette smoking. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday for the vlog. Hope you all have a wonderful day. And if I push the right button, we're going to call it quits for today. See ya.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week again for a fresh round.
Agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond I've seen those faces, I've heard all the lies, but you ain't gazing on someone in denial, 'cause you want dollar bills right now.